What if I told you that money isn't chasing the hardest worker, the smartest mind, or even the luckiest soul? Wealth doesn't respond to your sweat. It responds to your signal every single day. You are broadcasting a frequency whether you know it or not. That frequency is your aura, and your aura is either magnetizing wealth straight into your life or silently pushing it away. Think about this before you open your mouth. Your aura has already spoken. Before you walk into a room, your aura has already negotiated your worth. Before you pitch an idea, ask for a raise, or launch a business, your aura has already decided how people will respond. So let me ask you this. What are you really broadcasting? Scarcity or abundance? Fear or confidence? Poverty or prosperity? Because wealth is not earned by effort alone. If it were, the hardest workers on this planet would be the richest, but they are not. Wealth flows to those who have trained their aura to align with it. And in this journey, you are going to learn exactly how to train your aura to attract financial abundance, magnetic opportunities, and unstoppable success. Most people have been conditioned to believe that money is purely about hard work. Work longer, grind harder, hustle more than the next person, and you'll get rich. That is the myth society has sold you, and yet, look around. If money truly rewarded effort alone, the construction worker lifting bricks in the hot sun would be a millionaire. The single mother working 2 jobs would be financially free, and the janitor cleaning offices until midnight would be wealthy beyond measure. But reality tells us otherwise. Money does not simply reward labor. It responds to energy. It responds to the invisible frequency you carry within yourself. Money is energy, and like all forms of energy, it seeks alignment. It seeks resonance. It seeks a match. Every dollar you will ever attract is looking for a home where it feels safe, respected, and expanded. That home is not your bank account. It is your mindset, your vibration, your aura. When your inner world vibrates scarcity, doubt, or fear, you are unconsciously broadcasting a signal that repels prosperity. But when your inner state vibrates certainty, abundance, and faith, you broadcast a frequency that welcomes money. Let me put it this way. 2 people can put in the exact same effort at the exact same time, doing the exact same thing, and get 2 completely different results. Why? Because one of them is working in alignment with wealth consciousness, and the other is working from a poverty mindset. Think about it. One entrepreneur launches a business, and opportunities seem to magnetize toward him. Investors show interest. Customers respond enthusiastically. Partnerships form effortlessly. Meanwhile, another entrepreneur launches almost the same business, but he struggles, faces rejection, and attracts delay after delay. It's not that one is smarter or more talented. It's that one has aligned his energy with prosperity, while the other is unconsciously broadcasting fear, lack, and desperation. The universe does not reward desperation, it rewards alignment. Desperation whispers, I'm not enough. I don't deserve it. I can't hold it. And money, being energy, avoids that signal. Alignment, on the other hand, radiates certainty. I am wealth in motion. I am safe with abundance. I am ready to receive. And money flows naturally toward that frequency. Here's the truth. Money has no loyalty to hard work alone. It flows to those who have trained their aura to match its vibration. That's why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly. They are not chasing money. They are embodying the frequency of wealth. Their very presence radiates prosperity. Their aura speaks louder than their resume. Now, you might be asking, How does this work? Why is money tied to energy? The answer is resonance. Every thought you think emits a vibration. Every emotion you hold becomes a pattern. Every belief you carry becomes a magnetic current when you consistently think thoughts of abundance, when you hold emotions of gratitude and confidence, when you believe that wealth is natural and safe. You radiate a magnetic signal that wealth recognizes and responds to. This is not mysticism. This is the law of resonance. But most people sabotage themselves at the level of energy. They repeat affirmations without belief. They fake confidence while vibrating fear. They paste on a smile, but inside they feel unworthy. And the universe doesn't respond to words. It responds to vibration. That's why so many hard-working people remain broke. Their aura is misaligned. Here's what you must understand. Money does not come because you want it. Money comes because you are prepared to hold it. And preparation isn't just about skills or strategies, it's about identity. You attract wealth not by chasing it, but by becoming the type of person who embodies it. You must reprogram your subconscious mind. You must train your nervous system. You must expand your aura to feel safe with abundance. Only then does money feel safe with you. This is why so many lottery winners lose everything within a few years. They receive money without aligning their energy, and their aura was still vibrating fear, guilt, and confusion, and so money had to leave. Energy seeks alignment. Without it, wealth cannot stay. So the first step in training your aura is to shift your perspective. Stop seeing money as just math, hustle, or timing. Start seeing it as energy. Ask yourself, what energy am I broadcasting today? When you wake up anxious about bills, you're broadcasting scarcity. When you envy someone else's success, you're broadcasting lack. When you apologize for your worth, you're broadcasting unworthiness. And all of these signals repel the very wealth you desire. But the moment you begin to cultivate a prosperity mindset, everything changes. When you hold gratitude for what you already have, you broadcast abundance. When you stand tall in your value, you broadcast confidence. When you practice daily rituals of visualization and affirmation with faith, you broadcast inevitability. That is when your aura shifts. That is when wealth begins to flow toward you. Money is not about effort, it is about alignment. Your aura is your real resume. Your energy is your invisible business card. And the frequency you broadcast is the contract you've signed with the universe. If you want to attract wealth, stop grinding blindly and start training your aura. Stop exhausting your body and start aligning your energy. Because wealth doesn't chase the hustler, it chases the aligned. So from this moment forward, remember this truth. Money is energy, not effort. Align your vibration. Train your aura and let wealth come looking for you. The universe is not random. Life does not hand out success like a lottery ticket. It responds with precision. It rewards resonance. This is what Napoleon Hill called a universal law. And today we call it the law of resonance. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. This law is unbreakable. It works every second of every day, whether you are aware of it or not. Every thought you think is a broadcast. Every emotion you hold is a frequency. Every belief you carry becomes a signal. And the world is simply echoing that signal back to you. Think of yourself like a radio tower. If you are tuned to the frequency of lack, you will only pick up experiences that confirm lack. If you are tuned to fear, you will attract circumstances that reinforce fear. But if you tune yourself to wealth, frequency, certainty, gratitude, abundance, you will begin to attract opportunities, people, and resources that match that prosperity mindset. It's not about wishing, hoping, or daydreaming. It's about training your aura to vibrate at the level of the reality you desire. If you broadcast poverty, you cannot receive prosperity. If you vibrate insecurity, you cannot attract confidence from others. If your subconscious is still programmed with guilt around money, you will unconsciously sabotage financial abundance the moment it arrives. That is why people often say, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's not because the world is fair or unfair, it's because of resonance. Those who carry a wealthy identity attract more wealth. Those who carry a poor identity, no matter how hard they hustle, continue to attract struggle. Let me give you an example. Imagine two professionals walking into the same job interview. Both are equally qualified, both have the same skills, yet one radiates quiet confidence while the other radiates doubt. The employer feels it immediately. They may not be able to explain it, but one candidate simply feels more trustworthy, more powerful, more valuable, and that's the one who gets the offer. Why? Because their aura broadcasted certainty, and the world mirrored it back. This is how the law of resonance works. You cannot cheat it. You cannot fake it. You cannot say abundance while vibrating lack, because the universe listens to the signal, not the words. The aura cannot lie. And this is where most people fail. They rehearse affirmations they don't believe. They say, I am wealthy while feeling anxious about bills. They visualize abundance in the morning and complain about scarcity by the afternoon. This split signal creates confusion, and the universe does not reward confusion, it rewards clarity. So the real question is not what do you want, but what are you broadcasting? Because you can want financial freedom all day long. But if your aura is broadcasting fear, guilt, or unworthiness, you will repel it. On the other hand, when you embody prosperity, when you truly believe in your worth, when you feel safe with abundance, then wealth begins to flow toward you without resistance. This is why subconscious reprogramming is essential. You cannot just shift your thoughts, you must shift your identity. You must retrain your nervous system to feel comfortable with financial abundance. You must align your beliefs, emotions, and habits with the vibration of success. Until you do, your aura will keep reflecting the old story, the story of lack, struggle, and limitation. Here's the truth. Life is not giving you what you ask for, it is giving you what you are. Your aura is the evidence. If you want to attract more, you must become more. If you want to attract wealth, you must embody wealth. If you want to attract success, you must radiate success before the world validates you. The law of resonance is not optional. It is not negotiable. It is the silent contract written into the fabric of reality. And once you understand it, you can stop wasting energy, chasing, forcing, or begging, and instead begin aligning. You can shift your vibration from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith, from doubt to certainty. Because here's the secret, the world is not resisting you. It is reflecting you. If you change the broadcast, the reception changes. If you train your aura to vibrate at the frequency of prosperity, financial freedom will stop being a dream. It will become inevitable. If wealth is truly about resonance, then the greatest enemy of prosperity isn't a lack of intelligence, talent, or even opportunity. The true enemy is the silent sabotage happening inside of you every single day. This sabotage wears three masks: fear, scarcity, and guilt. Let's start with fear. Fear is the oldest and strongest prison of the human mind. Fear whispers, what if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if I'm not good enough? And here's the trap. Fear doesn't just keep you from taking action, it lowers your vibration. It tells your aura to broadcast weakness, uncertainty, and doubt. And when you carry that signal, wealth avoids you. Money, opportunities, and allies all sense the frequency of fear, and they quietly withdraw. Think about this. How many people stay in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, or habits that destroy them? All because they are afraid of change. They dream of freedom, but vibrate captivity. They dream of wealth, but vibrate insecurity. And the law of resonance simply reflects back what they truly are broadcasting. Now let's talk about scarcity. Scarcity is more than just having little. It's the mindset that says there's never enough. Scarcity makes you compete instead of create. It makes you jealous instead of grateful. It makes you hold back instead of giving. Scarcity is a dangerous frequency because it convinces your subconscious that abundance is rare, fragile, and unreachable. And when your aura carries that belief, you unconsciously repel financial abundance. Here's the paradox. People with a scarcity mindset often work the hardest, but they stay stuck the longest. They grind endlessly, but their vibration is rooted in lack. They are moving physically, but energetically they are standing still. That's why no matter how much they do, they never break through. And then there is guilt. Guilt is the hidden poison that keeps millions of people poor. It shows up as thoughts like, if I become wealthy, people will think I'm greedy, or if I succeed, I'll leave others behind, or I don't deserve this kind of life. This guilt is often inherited from parents, teachers, culture, or religion, and it creates invisible financial blocks. You might consciously want wealth, but if deep down you feel guilty for receiving it, you will sabotage it the moment it arrives. This is why some people self-destruct right before a breakthrough. They get the promotion and suddenly make mistakes. They close the sale but then overspend. They land the opportunity and then procrastinate until it slips away. That's not bad luck. It's guilt. It's the subconscious belief that says, I don't deserve more than this. And so the aura broadcasts unworthiness, and the universe mirrors it back. So let me ask you, what are you carrying in your aura right now, fear, scarcity, guilt? Because no strategy, no hustle, no business plan will save you until you reprogram the signal. The good news is, this sabotage is not permanent. Your aura is not fixed. Every thought, every word, every choice is training it. And that means you can retrain it. You can rewire fear into faith. You can replace scarcity with abundance. You can transform guilt into worthiness. This is the sacred work of subconscious reprogramming. How do you begin? Start by exposing the lies. Fear is a liar. Scarcity is an illusion. Guilt is inherited, not earned. None of these are your truth, they are patterns. And patterns can be broken. Next, practice emotional hygiene. When fear rises, interrupt it with courage. When scarcity whispers, counter it with gratitude. When guilt creeps in, affirm your worth. This is not about pretending, it's about retraining your nervous system to feel safe with prosperity. And finally, align your actions with abundance. Stop undercharging for your value. Stop apologizing for your success. Stop shrinking your dreams to make others comfortable. Every time you choose courage over fear, generosity over scarcity, and worthiness over guilt, you broadcast a stronger signal, and wealth recognizes it. Here's the truth. Wealth is not running from you. You are repelling it with the frequencies of fear, scarcity, and guilt. But the moment you release those anchors, the moment you decide to stop sabotaging yourself, everything shifts. Doors open. Opportunities appear. Money flows. Not because the world suddenly changed, but because you changed your broadcast. Remember this. You do not attract what you chase. You attract what you are. And as long as you carry fear, scarcity, and guilt, you are attracting more of the same. But when you embody faith, abundance, and worthiness, you become magnetic to wealth. This is the hidden sabotage. And this is the secret to breaking free. Reprogram your aura, and wealth will no longer resist you. If your aura is the signal that attracts or repels wealth, then every single day, whether you know it or not, you are training it. The question is, are you training it consciously or unconsciously? Most people train their aura by default. They wake up in anxiety, scroll through negativity, complain about problems, and speak words of lack, and all of that becomes part of their energetic broadcast. Their aura is shaped by distraction, fear, and scarcity. And then they wonder why money avoids them. But you are not like most people. You are here to train your aura with intention, and that begins with the daily rituals that reprogram your subconscious and elevate your vibration. Let me give you the blueprint. 1. Emotional hygiene, clearing the signal. Just as you would not leave your home dirty and cluttered for weeks, you cannot leave your inner world full of toxic emotions and expect to broadcast wealth. Emotional hygiene is the practice of cleaning your signal every day. In the morning, before the noise of the world enters, sit with yourself for 5 minutes. Ask, what am I feeling right now? And does this emotion serve the person I'm becoming? If the answer is no, don't ignore it. Don't repress it. Interrupt it. Replace it. Reframe it. This practice removes emotional clutter before it can sabotage your day. A clear signal attracts clear opportunities. 2. Wealth affirmations. Speaking to the nervous system. Most people use affirmations like slogans, chanting them without belief. That doesn't work. You cannot trick your aura with empty words. The secret is to speak to your nervous system not to impress the world, but to rewire your subconscious. Say this with your hand on your heart. I am safe with money. Wealth is natural for me. Success flows to me because I am aligned with abundance. The key is not in the words, but in the feeling behind them. Feel the certainty in your body. Breathe as if these truths are already real. When your body begins to believe, your aura begins to broadcast. 3. Visualization, rehearsing prosperity. Your imagination is the training ground of your aura. Every morning, close your eyes and see yourself already living in financial abundance. Not from the outside looking in, but from the inside out. See through your future self's eyes. Walk with his posture. Speak with his confidence. Smile with his certainty. Visualization is not fantasy. It is rehearsal. Athletes use it to prepare for championships. Leaders use it before high-stakes decisions. You can use it to train your aura until your nervous system adopts prosperity as its default state. 4. Gratitude, anchoring the frequency of abundance. Gratitude is the simplest, most powerful frequency shifter. When you give thanks for what you already have, you tell your aura, I am abundant now. And the universe responds by sending you more to be grateful for. Here's a simple practice. Write down 3 things every morning that you appreciate, not just material possessions, but emotions. opportunities, people, even challenges that are shaping you. Gratitude raises your baseline vibration from scarcity to sufficiency, and sufficiency attracts expansion. 5. Guarding inputs, protecting your aura from pollution. Your aura is shaped not just by what you think and feel, but also by what you consume. If you spend your day scrolling through gossip, fear, and scarcity-driven media, your aura will reflect that. You cannot vibrate prosperity while consuming poverty. So choose carefully the books you read, the conversations you entertain, the videos you watch, the people you spend time with. All of these are training your aura. If you want to attract wealth, surround yourself with content and communities that vibrate success, abundance, and growth. 6. Embodiment, acting as if words and thoughts are powerful. But nothing reprograms your aura like embodiment. Act today as the person you want to become tomorrow. Walk with your head high. Speak with clarity. Make decisions with confidence. Treat yourself as someone who already deserves financial abundance. The more you embody wealth, the less you need to chase it. The aura of certainty does not beg, it attracts. The aura of prosperity does not explain, it commands respect. This embodiment shifts your signal more powerfully than any affirmation ever could. Training your aura is not about perfection. It is about consistency. 5 minutes a day of intentional practice is worth more than a lifetime of unconscious repetition. Your aura is like a muscle. It grows stronger with daily use. Every thought, every word, every action is either reinforcing scarcity or reinforcing abundance. So the question is not whether you are training your aura. The question is, what are you training it for? Poverty or prosperity, fear or faith, scarcity or abundance. Wealth does not arrive by accident. It arrives by alignment, and alignment is a daily discipline. So from this moment forward, choose to train your aura on purpose. Wake up with gratitude. Speak with certainty. Visualize with conviction. Surround yourself with abundance. Embody the person you are becoming. Because when you train your aura daily, you don't need to chase wealth. Wealth will find you. Every fortune the world has ever seen, every empire, every invention, every breakthrough began the same way. Not in a bank account, not in a boardroom, not on a trading floor, but in the imagination of one individual who dared to believe. Wealth always starts in the unseen. Before you can hold it in your hands, you must first build it in your mind. This is not wishful thinking. This is the foundation of the prosperity mindset. Your imagination is not a toy. It is the blueprint of your reality. Most people get this backwards. They say, I'll believe it when I see it. But the wealthy think differently. I'll see it until I believe it. And when I believe it, I will surely see it. That is the difference between the struggling and the successful. The struggling wait for proof before they commit. The successful commit in advance, using their imagination as evidence. Look at the patterns. Henry Ford imagined cars for the masses before people believed it was possible. Oprah imagined stages of influence long before she had an audience. Elon Musk imagined rockets landing themselves before the world laughed. In every case, imagination came first, evidence came later. This is why Napoleon Hill wrote that imagination is the workshop of the mind. What you rehearse in imagination, you eventually reproduce in reality. Your aura responds to the images you consistently hold. If your imagination is filled with lack, fear, and failure, your aura broadcasts that signal. But if your imagination is filled with wealth, abundance, and freedom, Your aura begins to align with those realities. Here's the key. Wealth visualization is not about fantasy. It is about training your nervous system. When you close your eyes and imagine yourself living in financial freedom, your subconscious cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. To your nervous system, what you repeatedly feel is what you become. This is why athletes visualize before they perform, why leaders rehearse success before the stage, and why the wealthy practice seeing their abundance long before it shows up in their accounts. But most people never use this power. They use imagination to replay their fears instead of rehearsing their future. They imagine bills piling up, opportunities slipping away, people judging them, and their aura absorbs it all, broadcasting scarcity, stress, and self-doubt. That is subconscious reprogramming in reverse. They are training themselves to expect failure. If you want to attract wealth, you must flip the script. You must discipline your imagination the same way an athlete disciplines his body. Instead of imagining lack, imagine overflow. Instead of fearing rejection, imagine doors opening. Instead of seeing yourself as unworthy, imagine yourself as the person who commands respect, earns wealth, and lives in freedom. This is more than mindset. It is identity training. When you rehearse success in your mind's theater often enough, it becomes natural. You start walking differently. You speak with more confidence. You make decisions with clarity. Why? Because your aura has absorbed the signal of abundance, and now it is broadcasting prosperity as your default state. Let me give you a practical method. Each morning, before you touch your phone or face the noise of the world, sit quietly. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Then imagine the wealthiest version of yourself, not just the car, the house, or the lifestyle. Imagine the feeling. Imagine the freedom in your chest, the calm in your mind, the certainty in your voice. See yourself making decisions with power. See yourself giving generously without fear. See yourself waking up to opportunities, not problems. This practice is called future self-visualization, and it is one of the most powerful tools to align your aura with financial abundance. The more real it feels in your imagination, the more magnetic your aura becomes in reality. But here's the warning. If your nervous system does not feel safe with abundance, you will unconsciously sabotage it. This is why so many lottery winners go broke. They received money, but their aura was still vibrating confusion, fear, and scarcity. Their imagination had not been trained to hold wealth, and so the money left. Seeking someone whose aura was aligned, wealth is not about effort alone. It is about readiness, and readiness begins in imagination. Can you practice the emotions of wealth before the evidence arrives? Can you hold the vibration of financial freedom while your bank account still looks empty? Can you feel abundant in the absence of proof? That is the ultimate test. Because when you can, the universe has no choice but to mirror your belief. It must reflect the signal you've trained your aura to broadcast. So remember this, truth. Money does not start in your wallet. It starts in your imagination. Imagination fuels belief. Belief fuels action. And action aligned with belief fuels results. Wealth is not something you chase. It is something you create twice, first in your mind, and then in your reality. Train your imagination daily, and you are training your aura. And when your aura is aligned with prosperity, financial freedom becomes inevitable. If wealth begins in imagination, then the next step is to destroy the chains of the past, the outdated identity that keeps you small. You cannot step into prosperity while dragging along the weight of who you used to be. Wealth requires a new vibration, and that vibration cannot exist inside the old self. The truth is, most people fail not because they lack potential, but because they refuse to let go of the identity that is addicted to struggle. They cling to the version of themselves that doubts, hesitates, apologizes, and plays small. That old identity feels familiar, but it is also fatal to your growth. Think about it. If deep down you see yourself as someone who is always just getting by, then no matter how much money you earn, you will unconsciously sabotage it to return to that familiar state. If you secretly believe you are undeserving, you will undercharge, procrastinate, or self-destruct when opportunities arrive. This isn't bad luck, it's alignment. Your aura is broadcasting the signal of your old identity, and the universe simply mirrors it back. Here's a powerful truth. You were not born poor. You were trained to think poor. You were conditioned by parents who struggled, teachers who feared risk, friends who mocked ambition, and a society that glorifies survival over abundance. These voices built the mask of your old identity. And until you remove that mask, you will never embody the wealth that already belongs to you. This is why identity shift is the most important work you will ever do. You must kill the part of you that clings to struggle as a badge of honor. You must bury the version of you that feels safe in scarcity. You must silence the voice that says, "This is just who I am." Because who you are is not a fixed truth. It is a choice you make every day. So how do you kill the old identity? 1, expose it. Start by noticing when the old self shows up. Maybe it's the voice that says, "Don't charge too much. People will leave." Or the whisper that says, "Stay quiet, you might fail." Or the guilt that says, "If I succeed, others will resent me." These are not truths. They are echoes of an outdated version of you. When you shine light on them, they lose their power. 2, break the pattern. Every time you act like your old self, you reinforce the old frequency. So you must break the cycle. When fear tells you to play small, do the opposite. Speak boldly. When scarcity says, "Save every penny because you'll run out," choose generosity. When guilt whispers, "Don't dream too big," affirm, "I am worthy of expansion." Each choice weakens the grip of the old identity. 3, embody the new self. You cannot just think your way into a new identity. You must act it. Ask yourself, how would the wealthiest version of me show up right now? Then do that. Walk into the meeting as if you already command respect. Make decisions as if financial freedom is already yours. Carry yourself as if you deserve abundance, because you do. This is wealth embodiment. Behaving as the person you are becoming, not the person you used to be. And the more you embody the new self, the faster your aura aligns with it. 4, ritual of release. Sometimes, killing the old identity requires a symbolic act. Write down every limiting belief that has held you back. I am not good enough. Money is evil. I always fail. Then burn the paper, tear it apart, or throw it away. This is not just a ritual, it is a signal to your subconscious that the old story is dead. From this moment forward, you no longer serve that identity. Here's the secret. The old identity will fight to survive. It will disguise itself as comfort, as safety, as humility. But remember, comfort zones are poverty traps. Safety is often self-sabotage. And false humility is just fear pretending to be virtue. The wealthy are not those who never felt fear, but those who refuse to let fear define them. They made a decision: the old self must die so the new self can be born. Every seed must break before it grows. Every shell must crack before life expands. Every old identity must be buried before the new one can rise. And you right now are standing at that threshold. So let me ask you, who are you willing to stop being? The person who doubts, the person who apologizes for their dreams, the person who accepts crumbs when they were destined for a feast. That identity has expired. That version cannot hold abundance. The moment you release it, the moment you decide, I will no longer live beneath my potential, your aura shifts, your vibration rises, and wealth begins to recognize you. Because money doesn't flow to who you were. It flows to who you choose to become. Kill the old identity. And watch how quickly the universe introduces you to the wealth that was waiting for you all along. Your aura does not exist in isolation. It is constantly being shaped, influenced, and amplified by the environment you place yourself in. You might carry the frequency of abundance, but if you surround yourself with people, places, and patterns that vibrate scarcity, your signal will weaken. On the other hand, if you position yourself in an environment of growth, inspiration, and success, your aura multiplies in strength. This is what I call the amplifier effect. Environment is not neutral. It magnifies whatever vibration you are already carrying. If you doubt yourself and spend time with complainers, gossipers, and critics, your self-doubt will multiply. But if you begin to cultivate confidence and place yourself among visionaries, builders, and believers, your self-belief will grow tenfold. Think of it like sound. Whisper into a canyon, and the echo returns louder. The same is true with your aura. Whatever energy you project, your environment reflects it back at you with greater intensity. That is why choosing your surroundings is not just a lifestyle decision, it is a wealth strategy. Look around your life right now. Your home, your friends, your workplace, your digital feeds, are they amplifying scarcity or prosperity? Do they encourage fear or faith? Do they normalize complaining? Or do they normalize gratitude? Every single input is either training your aura toward lack or training it toward financial abundance. Let me give you an example. Imagine two entrepreneurs. One spends his evenings surrounded by people who drink gossip and complain about the economy. The other spends his evenings in a mastermind with ambitious thinkers, people who exchange ideas, share resources, and push one another higher. Both are equally talented, but one aura is being trained to vibrate scarcity while the other is being trained to vibrate expansion. Guess which one attracts wealth faster? This is why the wealthy guard their environments with intensity. They understand that environment is destiny. They know that success is contagious, and so is failure. They choose to spend time with people who challenge them, who stretch their vision, who inspire belief. They curate their inputs, the books they read, the conversations they allow, the mentors they listen to, because they know each one is shaping their aura. Now, let's get practical. How can you shape your environment to amplify prosperity? 1, curate your space. Turn your room, your office, even your phone screen into a sanctuary of wealth frequency. Surround yourself with books that expand your mind, symbols that remind you of your goals, and visuals that represent your future self. Remove clutter, negativity, and reminders of lack. Let your space speak abundance before you even open your mouth. 2, curate your circle. Audit your relationships. Who lifts your energy and who drains it? Who believes in growth and who clings to mediocrity? If you want to train your aura to attract wealth, you must spend more time with those who normalize success. Build a prosperity network, a circle where ambition is celebrated, where faith is encouraged, where contribution is expected. 3. Curate your inputs. Every piece of content you consume is feeding your subconscious. If your feeds are full of fear-driven news, gossip, and negativity, your aura absorbs it. But if you fill your mind with motivational content, wealth-building principles, and success stories, your aura amplifies that. Remember, you become what you consume. 4. Curate your habits. Your environment is not just external, it is also the environment of your daily rituals. What do you do in the first hour of your day? Do you flood your mind with distraction? Or do you align your energy with gratitude, visualization, and intention? Those habits are amplifiers too. Here's the truth. You cannot train a magnetic aura in a toxic environment. You cannot think like a millionaire while living in poverty-driven patterns. You cannot vibrate confidence while dining with complainers. You cannot align with financial abundance while consuming scarcity all day long. This is why Napoleon Hill emphasized the power of the mastermind, the idea that two or more minds aligned in harmony create a third invisible force of power that is the amplifier effect in action. Your environment is either holding you back or accelerating your rise. So ask yourself, who am I allowing to amplify my signal? Are they magnifying my faith or my fear? Are they echoing my abundance or my scarcity? Are they reinforcing my worth or my doubt? Wealth flows to those who curate environments of growth. Success multiplies in atmospheres of belief. Prosperity thrives where energy is amplified by vision, collaboration, and contribution. Environment is not just background, it is the stage where your aura performs. And if you choose wisely, that stage can transform your entire frequency. Remember, you are always broadcasting a signal, but your environment decides how loud it becomes. Surround yourself with scarcity, and your doubts will scream. Surround yourself with abundance, and your prosperity will roar. So protect your environment. Curate your space. Choose your circle. Guard your inputs. Because when your aura is amplified by the right surroundings, wealth doesn't just notice you, it chases you. By now, you understand that your aura is your real resume. It speaks before you say a word. It negotiates opportunities before you even enter the room. But here's the deeper truth. Not all auras are equal. Some people repel wealth without realizing it, while others magnetize prosperity wherever they go. What makes the difference? It comes down to 4 elements, the energetic building blocks that form a wealth aura. If you want to train your aura to attract financial abundance consistently, you must master these 4 forces: certainty, calm, congruence, and contribution. 1. Certainty, the loudest signal in the universe. People trust those who trust themselves. Certainty is magnetic. It is the vibration that says, I know who I am, I know what I'm worth, and I know where I'm going. Think about the last time you encountered someone indecisive, hesitant, or unsure. Did you feel inspired to invest in them? Probably not. Uncertainty repels. But when you meet someone who radiates certainty, who speaks with conviction, moves with purpose, and decides without hesitation, you feel drawn to them. That's aura in action. Certainty does not mean arrogance. It is not about pretending you have all the answers. It is about embodying trust in yourself and in your vision. The wealthy operate with certainty, not because they never fail, but because they refuse to question their worth. 2. Calm. Wealth cannot survive in chaos. Abundance does not flow into frantic energy. If your aura vibrates panic, desperation, or chaos, wealth will avoid you. Money is energy. And like all energy, it takes stability. Calm is power. Calm is the aura that says, I am not desperate. I am not chasing. I am grounded and I am ready. When you remain calm in the face of challenges, you send a powerful signal of leadership. People feel safe around you. Opportunities trust you. Money stays with you. This is why the wealthy practice emotional discipline. They understand that calm is not weakness, it is mastery. To build calm into your aura, practice stillness, meditate, breathe deeply before reacting, speak slower, move intentionally. These habits anchor your nervous system, and your aura begins to radiate stability. And stability is irresistible to prosperity. 3. Congruence, alignment between thoughts, words, and actions. One of the fastest ways to weaken your aura is to live in contradiction. If you affirm abundance, but act in scarcity, your aura becomes confused. If you visualize success, but avoid discipline, your frequency collapses. Congruence is alignment. It is when your thoughts, words, and actions agree. When you declare wealth and your choices support that declaration, when you affirm abundance and you embody habits of abundance, this is what creates trust, not just with others, but with yourself. When you are congruent, your aura radiates authenticity. People feel it. They may not be able to explain it, but they say things like, something about you feels different. I trust you. That is the power of congruence. So audit yourself. Are your habits aligned with your affirmations? Are your decisions aligned with your desires? If not, commit today to bring them into harmony. Because congruence is the skeleton of a magnetic aura. 4. Contribution. Wealth responds to value. Here's the final element, and perhaps the most overlooked contribution. Wealth does not reward selfishness. It rewards value. If your aura is only broadcasting take, you will repel abundance. But when your aura broadcasts service, impact, and generosity, you magnetize wealth. Contribution is not about giving everything away. It's about showing up as someone who solves problems, creates value, and leaves others better than you found them. The wealthiest people on earth are also the greatest contributors. They are magnets because they are valuable. Ask yourself, how does my presence add value to the room? Do people leave me drained or inspired? Does my work solve real problems or just seek applause? When you embody contribution, your aura becomes irresistible because everyone wants to align with value together. These 4 elements, certainty, calm, congruence, and contribution form the energetic skeleton of a wealth aura. Without them, your signal is weak, inconsistent, or confused. With them, your aura becomes undeniable. You walk into rooms and people feel it. You speak and doors open. You broadcast wealth without saying a word. Here's the most important truth. These elements are not gifts, you can train them. Certainty is trained by making decisions and trusting them. Calm is trained by practicing stillness in the storm. Congruence is trained by aligning habits with intentions. Contribution is trained by shifting focus from what can I get to what can I give. When you practice these daily, your aura begins to shift permanently. You no longer need to prove your worth. You no longer need to chase opportunities. Your presence becomes wealth in motion. So ask yourself today, which of these 4 elements do I need to strengthen? Because your wealth aura is not fixed, it is a muscle. And these 4 forces are the exercises. Train them, and you will no longer wonder if wealth is coming. You will know it cannot resist you. One of the greatest mistakes people make on their journey to wealth is waiting They wait for proof before they believe. They wait for results before they embody success. They wait for external validation before they allow themselves to feel worthy. But here's the truth. If you wait, you'll wait forever. Wealth doesn't arrive because you hope for it. It arrives because you embody it. The universe does not respond to your wishes, it responds to your frequency. And your frequency is determined not by what you say you want, but by who you choose to be today. This is the principle of embodiment before evidence. You must become the person before the results show up. You must walk as if you already own your future. You must speak with the confidence of someone who knows their worth even when your bank account is empty. You must carry the vibration of abundance while the world still doubts you. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't wait to see the tree before you water the soil. You nurture it in faith, knowing the evidence will come later. The wealthy live the same way. They water their dreams with belief, long before they see the harvest. Napoleon Hill said it best, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But notice, belief comes before achievement. Embodiment comes before evidence. Look around at the people you admire. The leaders, the entrepreneurs, the creators who built empires. They didn't start acting powerful after they became successful. They acted powerful before. They made decisions with confidence before they had proof it would work. They spoke their vision before the world could see it. And because they embodied success, success had no choice but to materialize. Now, let's get practical. How do you practice embodiment before evidence? 1, shift your self-image. Your subconscious identity controls your results more than your conscious goals. If you see yourself as someone trying to get rich, you will always remain in the vibration of trying. But if you shift your self-image to I am a wealthy person in training, expanding into my full potential, your aura broadcasts abundance. Now, this shift alone changes how people respond to you. 2, walk in prosperity now. You don't need millions to carry yourself with dignity. You don't need proof to stand tall. Speak clearly and move with confidence. Start practicing today. Walk into every room with the posture of someone who belongs there. Make decisions with clarity, not hesitation. Live as if you already deserve the life you're building, because you do. 3, speak from conviction, not circumstance. Your current bank balance is not your future. Stop letting temporary numbers define permanent identity. Instead of speaking about lack, speak from vision. Replace, I can't afford it with, I'm aligning with abundance. Replace, I'm broke with, I'm expanding into wealth. The words you choose reprogram your subconscious and reinforce your aura's signal. 4, anchor the feeling of abundance. Evidence is external, but embodiment is emotional. You must practice the feelings of wealth before they arrive. What does financial freedom feel like in your body? Calm, confidence, expansion. Practice those feelings now. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and anchor them in your nervous system. When you hold the vibration consistently, your aura becomes a magnet for experiences that match it. Here's the paradox. People think they need evidence to feel confident. But the truth is, they need confidence to create evidence. People think they need success to feel abundant. But they need to feel abundant to create success. This is the invisible advantage of those who embody their future self before the world catches up. And yes, the world may not understand at first. They may laugh. They may doubt. They may say, who does she think she is? But understand this, their reaction is not your problem. You are not here to convince them, you are here to align yourself. When you embody your future self, the results will eventually silence every critic. Remember, the aura doesn't lie. If you are waiting for evidence, your aura broadcasts hesitation. But if you embody wealth now through posture, words, decisions, and emotions, your aura broadcasts inevitability. And inevitability is magnetic. People sense it. Opportunities respond to it. Money flows to it. So stop waiting. Stop postponing your greatness until the world validates you. Decide. Now I am wealthy in spirit. I am abundant in energy. I am prosperity in motion. Live from that frequency every single day and watch how quickly the evidence follows. Because the law is simple. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you embody. You've learned that wealth is not just a matter of effort, it's about frequency. You've discovered that your aura is constantly broadcasting, attracting or repelling opportunities depending on what you emit. Now it's time to go deeper. Because while most people let emotions control them, the wealthy, understand this truth. Your emotions are the thermostat of your aura. If your emotions are chaotic, your aura is chaotic. If your emotions are stable, your aura is magnetic. That's why you must learn the art of emotional calibration, the daily practice of aligning your emotional state with the frequency of wealth. Emotional calibration, the daily reset calibration, means tuning. Just as a musician tunes an instrument before a performance, you must tune your emotions before you step into the world. Every morning, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now, and does this feeling serve the future I am creating? If the answer is no, you recalibrate. If you feel fear, replace it with faith. If you feel scarcity, replace it with gratitude. If you feel doubt, replace it with certainty. This is not denial, it is discipline. It is refusing to let unqualified emotions dictate your destiny. It is subconscious reprogramming at the most practical level. When you learn to master your emotional calibration, you stop being a slave to circumstance and become the architect of your aura. Practical exercise. Take 3 deep breaths. Place your hand over your heart and declare, I am safe with abundance. I am calm, certain, and aligned. My aura is wealth in motion. Repeat until your nervous system accepts it. That shift in your body becomes the new signal. Your aura transmits energetic pre-play, rehearsing success before it happens. Now let's add the second practice, energetic pre-play. This is one of the most powerful secrets the wealthy use, though most people have never heard of it. Here's how it works before any high-stakes moment: an interview, a negotiation, a speech, a business pitch. You close your eyes and pre-play the outcome in your imagination. Not replay, but pre-play. You rehearse the event as if it already went better than you expected. Feel the handshake after the deal closes. Hear the applause after the presentation. Sense the relief when the money is deposited, the opportunity accepted, the door opened. More importantly, feel who you were in that moment. Confident, grounded, magnetic. Then carry that emotional blueprint into the real event when your nervous system believes the victory has already happened. Fear dissolves. Resistance disappears. You stop performing to prove yourself. You begin radiating certainty as if the result is inevitable. That's aura mastery in action. You're not waiting for confidence. You're importing it from the future into the present. Why these practices work. Science has proven that the subconscious mind cannot distinguish vividly imagined experiences from real ones. This means when you practice emotional calibration and energetic pre-play, your body believes it has already lived the experience. And when your body believes, your aura broadcasts. This is why elite athletes visualize championships. This is why successful leaders rehearse speeches in their mind before stepping on stage. And this is why you must pre-play your wealth, your opportunities, in your success. So your aura carries the frequency of inevitability, not uncertainty. The truth is, most people do the opposite. They pre-play failure. They imagine rejection before they even ask. They imagine bills piling up before they arrive. They imagine betrayal before trust is given. And because they practiced fear, their aura broadcasts fear. And because aura doesn't lie, the universe reflects exactly what they rehearsed. But you are different. You now know how to calibrate and pre-play, and that means you have the power to rewire your entire relationship with money, success, and abundance. The 21-day challenge. Here's a challenge for the next 21 days. Practice these 2 rituals. 1, emotional calibration every morning. Identify your emotional state and align it with abundance. Don't allow yourself to start the day until your nervous system feels safe, confident, and prosperous. 2, energetic pre-play. Before any important event, pre-play the outcome. See it, feel it, own it. Then walk into that moment carrying the aura of someone who has already won. Do this consistently, and you will notice a shift. People will respond differently to you. Opportunities will start to appear. Money will feel drawn to you. Not because you hustled harder, but because your aura finally vibrates at its frequency. The final truth: you don't attract wealth by accident, you attract it by alignment. Emotional calibration ensures your daily signal is tuned to abundance. Energetic pre-play ensures your future victories are rehearsed into your present identity. Together, these practices transform your aura from fragile to magnetic, from uncertain to undeniable. And when your aura shifts, your entire life shifts with it. Because wealth doesn't just listen to your effort, it listens to your energy. And when your energy says, I am already wealthy, I am already aligned, I am already worthy, the universe has no choice but to deliver the evidence. You've walked through the entire journey. You've learned that wealth is not about sweat alone, it's about alignment. You've discovered that your aura is your silent business card, broadcasting your worth before you speak a word. You face the hidden saboteurs of fear, scarcity, and guilt. You've practiced the rituals of gratitude, visualization, and embodiment. You've built the 4 elements of a wealth aura: certainty, calm, congruence, and contribution. And now you know the ultimate truth: wealth does not chase the hustler, it answers the one who is aligned. So the question is no longer, will I attract wealth? The question is, am I willing to train my aura daily until wealth has no choice but to find me? Because you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And when you embody prosperity before the evidence, when you calibrate your emotions, when you pre-play your victories, your aura becomes magnetic. And the universe always answers a clear, consistent, confident signal. So let me remind you, you are not here to beg. You are not here to convince. You are not here to play small. You are here to stand in your full power. You are here to walk into rooms with invisible leverage. You are here to let your aura speak louder than your words. Train it, strengthen it, respect it, and wealth will respond. If this message resonated with you, don't just listen, act. Start training your aura today. And if you're ready to keep unlocking more strategies to align your mind, your energy, and your future, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. Turn on notifications so you never miss the wisdom that can reprogram your subconscious for wealth, success, and unstoppable growth. And remember, your aura is already negotiating your future. Make sure it's broadcasting prosperity.